Alright, welcome back, goons and goonettes. This here is Wampalord, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Knights of the Old Republic. As we last left off, we're about to enter the upper sewers, so we will continue on there in a moment, but first, this area is actually not that long, so I'm going to show you some other stuff I've done in the meantime, a couple things like some Mission in Zalbar dialogue, and checking out the Upper City Cantina. So, if all goes according to plan, I will edit this so you will see a Star Wars Lucas-style wipe, and watch the rest of the videos, and then we will rejoin here in a little bit. So, Star Wars wipe us away!
Big Z, we gotta do something about your breath. I didn't want to say anything, but it's bad. Worse than usual, which is hard to believe. In fact, now that I think about it, your breath has been pretty rancid ever since we rescued you from those Gamorrean slavers.
Mission, it looks
What'd
like you're
they feed
looking
you,
at me.
buddy? Oh, Zalbar, that's terrible. I know how grouchy you get if you don't get your 8 square meals a day. I'm amazed you didn't pass out from hunger.
There's a joke in there about a cannibal and a clown and
no wonder
something
your
tasting
breath is so
funny.
bad, Big Z. Gamorreans smell like bantha poodoo. We'll have to pick you up a toothbrush to clean that stench out of your choppers.
Captain, I must protest. I am not a merry man.
Okay, relax. No toothbrush. Sheesh. Just try and eat something else to cover up that smell, okay? Stay away from anything that's smart enough to lock you in a cage this time. Big Z, don't take this the wrong way, but lately, I've noticed you're starting to look a little bit scruffy. No, I'm not suggesting a bath. I know how well that went over last time. But your hair's getting all tangled. And if you look close, you can see a few gray strands starting to poke through.
We know what his buttons are. He looks as good as a Wookiee can look, I guess.
Don't worry, Big Z. It's nothing I can't fix. A little trim, a splash of coloring, and you'll be as good as new. Best looking Wookiee on the planet. Maybe a nice suit.
Wookiees do not wear clothes, Captain.
I know, Wookiees aren't into the whole clothing thing, but you could start a whole new trend. You'd be on the cutting edge.
He really roared at her.
Okay, sheesh. Try to offer some constructive criticism, and this is the thanks I get? Let's move on. You can just stay naked and scruffy for all I care. Hey there, what can I do for you?
Are you hitting on me?
Really? You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know?
Oh yeah, a 14-year-old girl who hangs out with gangsters. No one's ever asked you about that before. We already know about Zalbar.
Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Vulkars were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble. Hey, nobody said the Vulkars were smart, but there were 3 of them, so maybe they figured they could handle him. I don't know. Anyway, I don't like the Vulkars at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
Slap!
Hey, I don't need a lecture from you. You ain't my mother. I knew what I was doing. Those Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat. The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out.
I refuse to believe those 5 growls translate into mission.
Why do you think I won't stand downwind when you're talking? Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
That's enough chat.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
Oh, Lord. Trap us into this dialogue more, BioWare.
My brother's a touchy subject, you know? It just so happens I don't really feel like talking about him right now.
Hooray!
Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
God, why do I bother?
Hey there. What can I do for you? I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him. It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? Sometimes people don't understand. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Tars. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in a starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know?
First class is outside the cargo.
I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me.
My gut is telling me 3, but I'm gonna go with 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, I don't know where I'd be. He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive. Showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
My brother was an asshole, but he taught me how to be a criminal, so he's actually kind of a good guy. Zalbar, what are you doing?
Yeah, Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure a man like that has a fine, upstanding tendency to keep to his promises.
Why do you gotta go putting my brother down like that? That's just mean. Besides, it wasn't his idea to leave. He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went.
Well, clearly, you should have just batted your lashes at... Oh, I'm sorry about that. I probably just created some Rule 34 somewhere. Alright, this is boring.
Mission, mission. Is that supposed to be a joke? Like I've only heard that about 1,000,000 times in my life. Okay, I can take a hint. You don't want to hear anymore. That's just fine. I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil.
Space
Subject's
tramp,
closed,
different
as
than
far as
normal
I'm
tramp.
concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need? Okay, have it your way.
Space tramp. Awesome. Okay, so here we are at the Upper City Cantina. I'm going to be walking into this blind because I didn't play through it beforehand. So I will learn what you will learn. Alright, we've got some dudes standing around here. Garuk, Kristia, Niklos. Obviously we should chat up the chick first.
Don't you just love watching the Pazak players? All that strategy, all those credits. It's enough to make a girl get all flushed.
Whoa. Time to get me a Pazak deck and come back to her. Speaking of a Pazak deck...
Hello there, youngster. You interested in buying the Pazak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
We might come back to Pazak later, but right now, no.
Of course, of course. No sense in a youngster like you wasting your days away with an old man in a dingy bar. But if you ever want to chat, you know where to find me.
Yeah, what good could come of a young, strapping hero hanging out with an old guy in a bar in a space setting? You know, nothing good ever came of that. Anywho, a lot of terrorist nobility up here. There's this guy named Jurgen. I like your lotion, dude. More dancers, just like at the lower city place. Let's talk to Jurgen since he has a name.
No hard feelings, my good man, but I can't really talk with you right now. It's difficult enough to draw the interest of the ladies in this establishment as it is. Surely you understand what I'm talking about. I'd guess you've experienced many lonely evenings, something I'm hoping to avoid tonight.
Hey! Did he just... My character is not a virgin. I want to make this clear. Waiters, Sith, citizens. Man, it's a pretty awesome night in the, Oh, and here's where the actual action is.
I can't believe we couldn't get arena tickets for this match. Now we'll have to watch the duel on the view screen.
Who cares? It's Duncan and Gurlon fighting. It's not like we're gonna miss anything good.
Shh, they're about to start, so quit complaining and just watch the view screen.
Little did you know, this was the time when
Ladies
Duncan and
and
Gurlin
gentlemen,
admitted their love
I
for
draw
another
your
and
attention to the
embraced.
dueling ring. Here, two combatants will battle for your viewing and gambling enjoyment. Now, I hope all your bets are down because we're ready to roll. In this corner, I give you Gurlon Two Fingers. And over here, looking to climb the ranks yet again, is the ever-persistent Deadeye Duncan.
Rocky vs. Drago, this is not. I was supposed to indicate he dropped his gun.
Great surprise, Deadeye is down again. Don't worry, folks. He's just unconscious. As usual, our medics will have him up and about in a bit.
I love that,
was
the
quick,
announcer here.
wasn't it? So I give you the winner, Gurlon Two Fingers.
This voice actor went well and above his pay grade for the day. He's just unconscious. I love it. Anywho, this is the dueling ring. I'll probably show this off in another video because it's going to take up a little too much time right now. I'm not even sure if we're high enough level. But you can guess what happens here. You duel, progressively gaining harder and harder opponents, and the hardest opponent, Bendak Starkiller, is actually one of the bounties that we have. And killing him... Oh, son of a bitch, he just showed up. Anywho, killing him actually fulfills the bounty, so you can do it in the dueling ring and make it all nice and legal. Anyway, we're gonna break from this. I might come back to it later, and we will resume in the upper sewers. Okay, and we're back. I hope you enjoyed those and the Star Wars wipes. I put as much effort into them as Lucas did into the scripts of episodes 1, 2, and 3. So, let us press onward. Okay, here we are in the upper sewers. In case you've forgotten, the plot at this point is to sneak through the sewers, to get to the Vulcar base, to get the prototype accelerator, to win the swoop race, to get Bastila, who is the prize. And I'm being heavily distracted by the other sounds on the other side of this door, so let's open it up for some combat. Well, we've got some Gamorreans fighting off some rat ghouls. And oddly enough, when the rat ghouls go Gamorrean, I got XP for. So, yay for me. So, Zalbar, you do your thing. Oh, and mission. This is a pretty good team. I'm glad the thread has allowed me to choose them. Anyway, these are the upper sewers, where there is, quote-unquote, gasp, a rancor somewhere around these parts. Oh, and Mission and Zalbar have leveled up. We'll deal with that in a moment. First, I can't wait to bomb some Gamorreans.
Yeah?
Alright, Mission, level up. She's got skills that pay my bills. She also has feats that do nothing as to the state of my bills. She's already set down a dueling route, so we're going to go improved. Dueling is for one-handed weapons, gives them an attack and defense bonus. Very useful for certain characters. Zalbar also has skills that pay, well, different bills. Wookiee bills. Do Wookiees have bills? Maybe they live like communists. Anyway, we're going to give Zalbar toughness. He already has a lot of HP, and it couldn't hurt to add on to that. He actually is a pretty decent tank. We're going to heal ourselves up. Loot the waddies. And check out the rest of this. If I recall correctly, and I probably don't, this leads to another, a malfunctioning droid, and some mines. We're going to go around this way so our party does not get stupid and try to activate the mines. They like to do that. Fortunately, we blew the crap out of the droid. Ooh, wow. He oh, God. Heal. That was very close. I almost died there. Anyway, these Gamorreans, still getting way too hung up on that. They were hiding a skeletal corpse behind them. And there's some mines over here. Let me pull up the map real quick, make sure. Yep, we're on track. We don't have to worry about those mines, but this one, it is in our way. Mission, the 14-year-old bomb defusal expert. Why not?
Yes?
If Anakin Skywalker can build a droid and a pod racer at 9, why can't Mission defuse a mine at 14? Prove me wrong, Thread. Prove me wrong. Ah, and we have a severed arm here. Unlike Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, this is not a weapon, but in fact a warning. And notice we got a Beck datapad and some synthesized odor. Well, let's check out exactly what that datapad says. Now, sadly, you can only read it in this tiny little scroll bar over here, instead of actually pulling it up into its own thing. Anyway, we have synthesized a substance with an odor that resembles a favorite prey of rancors. If we place the bait properly, we can lure the rancor into eating something lethal enough to kill it. This is your hint for the puzzle that lies ahead. This puzzle is indeed the rancor. Now there's technically 2 ways of accomplishing this. I believe you can kill the rancor, it's just a very long and arduous process. But that's not what the goal is. The goal is to take a character that has your stealth field generator. Mission is good. Turn on stealth, which also turns on solo mode, meaning my player character and Zalbar will wait here patiently. When we're stealthed, we are invisible, but we also move at a snail's pace, and as we enter this room, well, you'll see. It's the Rancor! And there he is. We don't have a ton of time here. Actually, I think you get as much time as you want. But anyway, over in this corpse pile, there's 2 frag grenades and a computer spike. I don't know who put the computer spike in there. But anyway, you switch to give items, as in put stuff in the pile. You put in a frag grenade, and then you put in the synthesized odor that makes it smell like rancor prey, and watch the results. Okay, so as you can see, the Rancor completely fell for it.
Yes?
Ate the grenade along with the synthesized odor, and we killed us a Rancor by making it eat a grenade. The remains here, it's kind of weird. You can't loot them, but you can bash them, and it makes them clippable and eventually fade away. It's very strange. Anyway, that was the Rancor, the quote-unquote so hard obstacle to get through. And, oh, we've got a couple of guys right here. Gonna chuck our other grenade at, because they have energy shields. Oh no. I'm gonna pause to explain. See the little blue outline? That's energy shields. It makes them blast resistant. And I believe even lightsaber resistant. Fortunately, vibroblades, they cut through energy shields. They're no one's business. So me and Zalbar fucked their day up righteously. Well done, Zalbar. Now, on the plus side, we get to steal their energy shields for future use. And I believe there's a body back here. 3 med packs. Always useful. Hopefully, that was an interesting little diversion. Short video, but I included some extra stuff. Come back next time, which hopefully will be much sooner than the delay between this video and the last. And we will be exploring the Black Volcar base to get our prototype accelerator, to win the swoop race, to free Bastila, to get off this planet. I'm Womplord, and thanks for watching.